All right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. This time we're going to be exploring the exciting world of marketplaces.
Oh, I love marketplaces.
Just picture yourself surrounded by all those bright colors and all the amazing smells and like the excitement of finding, those little hidden treasures.
It really is an amazing sensory experience.
It really is.
But to really make the most of it, you need the right language skills, especially when you're someplace new.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's precisely why we're doing this deep dive into a practical script called Shopping at the Market. It's specifically designed to help English language learners navigate those sometimes overwhelming but always exciting market aisles with a lot more confidence.
You know, what I find really interesting about this script is it doesn't just focus on basic phrases like hello and goodbye.
Right.
It actually digs into the nuances of communication, like how to interact effectively with vendors and really immerse yourself in the market culture.
Okay, so let's start with probably the most fundamental question you'll need any market. How much does this cost?
Yeah,
It seems pretty simple, right?
it does.
But think about how many different situations you can use that in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
From a beautiful piece of handmade pottery
Mhm.
to a bag of spices. This is your starting point.
Yeah, and the script emphasizes how important it is to be specific.
Okay.
So instead of just asking generally, like, how much are these?
Right.
Point to the item you want and say, how much is this apple?
Oh, I see.
Or how much are these bananas?
So you're adding this or these to really be specific.
Exactly, exactly. It's a small difference, but it makes a big difference.
Got it.
It shows you're really engaged.
Okay. Now, once you have a general sense of the price, you might want to try bargaining a little bit.
Ooh, yeah, the art of the deal.
This is where it gets really interesting because you're not just learning phrases, you're actually learning about the cultural dynamics. The script introduces phrases like, can I get a discount?
Right.
Or, is this your best price? But it also acknowledges that bargaining etiquette can really vary widely across cultures.
That's really important to keep in mind.
Yeah.
For instance, here in North America, bargaining's not as common,
Like in everyday transactions, yeah.
Yeah, in everyday transactions.
Oh.
But in many other parts of the world, it's a totally expected part of the shopping experience.
So how do you kind of navigate those differences?
Well, the script emphasizes politeness and respect,
Okay.
regardless of the culture. A genuine smile and a respectful tone can go a long way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's say you've successfully bargained for that, perfect one-of-a-kind souvenir.
Right.
How do you actually, seal the deal?
Oh, the script suggests a simple yet effective phrase. I'll take it.
Oh,
It's clear, it's concise, no room for ambiguity.
I love how straightforward it is.
It is.
Like you don't need any kind of complicated language, just a simple declaration that you're ready to buy.
Yep.
But of course, no shopping trip is complete without talking about payment. So the script covers this by giving you phrases for a few different scenarios.
Okay.
You'll learn how to ask things like, do you accept credit cards?
Yeah.
Can I pay with my card? Or if you prefer to use cash, you can confidently ask, can I pay with cash?
Yeah, and I really like how this script anticipates those potential challenges.
Okay.
For example, not all vendors, especially in those smaller markets, they may not accept credit cards.
Right.
So, having that phrase ready can prevent some awkward situations.
Yeah, it's like having a little cheat sheet for those real life, interactions.
Exactly.
But it's one thing to kind of learn these phrases individually.
Right.
It's another to actually see how they all work together in an actual conversation.
That's true. And that's why the script actually includes a sample dialogue between a customer and a vendor. It walks you through a whole interaction,
Right.
from asking about the price all the way to finalizing the purchase.
And when I was reading through it, what really struck me was how natural it felt.
Yeah, it really does.
It wasn't like a robotic exchange of just phrases.
Yeah, it feels like a real conversation.
It felt like a real interaction.
Yeah.
It started with the customer asking about the price of some oranges and then moved so smoothly into, some light bargaining, confirming the purchase, and then figuring out the payment.
And as you read through it, you start to pick up on these subtle strategies that are being used.
Oh, like what?
Well, for example, the customer doesn't just blurt out, "Can I get a discount?" They
Right.
first express, admiration for the oranges.
Oh, yeah.
So they kind of establish a connection with the vendor before even starting to bargain.
It's those little things, right?
It really is.
It's not just about the words. It's about how you use them to create this uh, this positive and respectful interaction.
Exactly. And don't forget, this whole conversation is available in the source material. I encourage you to read through it, listen to how it's pronounced, and really get a feel for the flow.
Oh, that's a great idea. And think about how you might adapt those phrases to different scenarios.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Like what if you're at, a clothing market
Yeah.
or an antique market? I mean, the basic structure would stay the same, but, the specific items and maybe even the level of bargaining might change.
That's a great point. The script is really a foundation, but the real learning comes from applying it creatively in different situations.
That makes sense. Now, I want to take a step back from, the specific phrases for a second and consider the broader cultural context of markets. Like, what role do they play in your own culture?
Well, for me, markets are more than just places to buy and sell. They're these vibrant social hubs that really reflect the heart and soul of a community. Think about, those bustling souks in
Oh,
Morocco,
yeah, I've seen pictures.
overflowing with spices and textiles and intricate handicrafts, or those floating markets of Thailand, where vendors sell fresh produce right from their boats.
It's amazing.
It is, and each market offers this unique window into the local life, the traditions, even the values, and language is the key that unlocks these deeper layers of understanding.
It really is.
Yeah, even if you don't speak the local language fluently, knowing a few key phrases can completely transform your experience. It shows respect, it opens up communication, and it often leads to more authentic interactions.
It's about connecting with people on a human level, right?
Yeah,
Sharing smiles and stories and kind of a sense of community.
absolutely. And that brings us right back to the power of this script. It's not just about teaching language, it's about empowering you to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the richness of cultural exchange.
So as you listen to this deep dive, think about the markets you've either experienced or the ones that you dream of exploring.
Yeah, imagine yourself confidently navigating those bustling aisles, engaging with vendors, and uncovering those hidden treasures. The possibilities are endless when you have the language tools to unlock the magic of the marketplace.
It really is. And it really is amazing how those, well-chosen phrases can really bridge those cultural divides
Yeah.
and create these lasting memories. So as we're kind of wrapping up this deep dive, I'm curious, what's the most important takeaway you hope our listeners will get from all this?
Mm. I'd say it's the transformative power of language.
Okay. Yeah.
Imagine yourself walking through a bustling market, not just as a passive observer,
Right.
but as an active participant.
I like that.
You're able to confidently ask questions, engage in a little bit of playful bargaining,
Yeah.
connect with vendors on a personal level. You're not just buying souvenirs anymore.
Right.
You're immersing yourself in the heart of the local culture.
That's such a vivid image.
Yeah.
It's not just about the transactional aspect of shopping, is it?
Not at all.
It's about those human connections, the shared laughter.
Yeah, the stories you exchange.
Yeah, the stories.
That sense of community that goes beyond, language barriers.
It does.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that language isn't just a tool for communication. It's almost like a bridge
It is a bridge.
that connects us to these different cultures
Mhm.
and opens our minds to these new ways of seeing the world.
Absolutely.
Beautifully said. And to our listeners, we really encourage you to explore those possibilities. Pick up that phrase book, practice those conversations, and just embrace the adventure that awaits. Who knows what treasures you'll discover, both tangible and intangible, when you open yourself up to the world through language.
Happy travels.
Happy travels
And happy shopping.
and happy shopping. Until next time, keep diving deep, fellow learners.
It's funny because when I think about markets, I often picture those like bustling outdoor markets,
Right.
like the ones we were just talking about.
But then I remember there's also those like indoor markets.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Like those European style market halls
Yeah.
with all those like gourmet food stalls.
Those are fantastic.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
And even like farmers markets.
Yeah, farmers markets.
Which are becoming so popular,
They're great.
all about like fresh local produce.
Yeah, and often you can actually chat with the people who grew the food.
Oh, I love that. It's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
And it just shows how markets can really adapt and evolve
They do.
to fit like the needs of different communities.
It's all about bringing people together.
It really is.
Yeah.
And creating these vibrant spaces for connection.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been such a fascinating deep dive.
I agree.
It's been great to really explore Not just the practical phrases, but the cultural context of markets.
Yeah, it's more than just shopping, isn't it?
It really is.
It's about experiencing a culture.
It is. So to all our listeners out there, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, keep diving deep into the things that fascinate you.
Absolutely.
And most importantly, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Use your language skills to connect with the world around you.
That's the best advice.
And who knows, you might just discover your new favorite market.
You never know.
Well, until next time, happy shopping, everyone.
Happy shopping.
Bye for now.